don't you get something special for Grandpa? I'm sorry. Can I return the cake, please?
Sure, yes.
I want the cake, please. I won't ask for anything else.
Next time, okay? When we can afford it?
Last time you said that.
You don't want this? I'll take it back. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, this is for you.
No, we cannot accept it.
Would you please?
There's no reason for you to buy the cake for us.
Well, when I was 7, my mother wanted to buy me a cake.
Mommy, I want this one.
But at the counter, we didn't have enough.
Can we get something else?
It's my birthday today. Can I choose my own cake, please?
I'm sorry.
Then, there's this man. I've never met him before.
Here, have the cake. Happy birthday.
I didn't know his name. I never got a chance to say thank you. I've never forgotten about him. The man in the queue.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Can I have your contact number? Let me repay you when we have the money.
Promise me something, okay? Someday, when you're able to help somebody, you will do it?
May I know your name, mister?
Well, I'm the man in the queue.
I chose this cake for your birthday.
Wow, this is my favorite. Thank you.
Let's go and put some candles.
Oh, careful. You shouldn't have spent the money.
Actually, I came and paid for it.
He give me this note.
Please write down your address. I'll bring the money back to you later.
A simple act of caring creates an endless ripple.
That comes back to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat. in for a treat. Congratulations and welcome to our WandaCon preview, in which we are, according to Grace, trying to make people cry. Yes. Ain't that how you start off a conference? I believe that's how you start off a conference. And the crazy thing is, our first speaker is well able to follow such an act. Well able to follow such an act. That was a video called Ripple, an award-winning video, obviously for good reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, if you meet us in March, you will find us at WandaCon. Pretty soon, there's going to be a text message that you can text. If you text discount to the number that Grace is going to provide, that will also be shared into the screen, you will be eligible for 90 to 99% discounts. We also give discounts to tickets for military veterans and to college students and to anybody just on a hard time. How many of you know that sometimes the rock gets between you and the hard place? So please, by all means, text discount to 409-457-6304. Now, I'd be remiss if I did not tell y'all who was coming next. As you can see, the best comments make it to the screen. Go ahead and run up the chat. Let's go ahead and share this video, because we've got 3 amazing speakers upon the night. We are streaming all the way in India, all the way in Bangladesh, all the way to Africa right now as we speak. Run up those numbers. And then, of course, when all you come to Texas, you have not seen Law Lode Holt, who will be our host, dressed and adorned in glory. But without further ado, my friends, I've had the pleasure of knowing Deanna Marie for most of my life. And when Source told me to do something that needed to be done to raise the collective consciousness of this world, only one name came to mind to start it off. That's Deanna Marie. If you don't know who Deanna Marie is, well, she is the author, the architect, the orchestrator, the originator, the person who sparked into existence the 46 laws of abundance. She is the wind that gives breath to humans. She is the light that gives brightness to low places. She can walk into a room and feel who needs help. And she walks out of a room and we wish that she stayed. My friends, without further ado, I bring to you the freckled one, the one who knows before she knows, who will give us our opening keynote. Without further ado, Deanna Marie. You muted on us, Deanna. No, you got to unmute your mic. Unmute your mic.
Y'all, how y'all doing this evening? Hello, everyone. Hello. Let's try this again. In the vibrant city of Serenityville, Xavier, a young architect, found himself immersed in the relentless hustle and bustle of a demanding career. Task-driven and driven by ambition, Xavier often overlooked the subtle dance between perception and emotions in his daily life. Fueled by a desire for success, he adhered to the conventional belief that achievement came from relentless effort rather than emotional well-being. One day, amidst a high-stakes project, he stumbled upon a book introducing him to the profound concept of emotional priority. Intrigued, Xavier began prioritizing his emotional well being over the sheer completion of tasks. He realized that by acknowledging and managing his feelings, he could alter his perception of challenges. As he embraced the principle of vibrational sync, aligning his emotions with his desires, Xavier witnessed the transformative shift in his daily experience. The stressors of his work seemed less daunting as he consciously directed his emotional energy toward positive outcomes. Embracing the joy in work philosophy, Xavier discovered a newfound pleasure in the architectural process itself. His designs became more inspired, and he found joy in the intricacies of each project. The blurred boundaries between work and joy allowed him to approach challenges with creativity and enthusiasm, reshaping his perception of the architectural landscape. Xavier's journey also unfolded in the realm of personal relationships. By recognizing his power to curate experiences and embracing his inherent loving nature, he fostered deeper connections with colleagues and friends. The ripple effect of his positive emotional energy extended beyond his professional life, permeating every aspect of his existence. Yet, Xavier's path wasn't without fluctuations. There were moments of self doubt and challenges that tested his alignment. However, armed with the teachings of fluctuating alignment and combating self criticism, he learned to navigate these undulating waves with resilience and self compassion. As Xavier continued on his journey of self discovery, he realized that alignment wasn't a destination, but a dynamic process. The unending pursuit of joy and growth became the driving force behind his decisions. Each day presented an opportunity for clarity and alignment, and Xavier embraced the present moment with a deep sense of gratitude. In the end, Xavier's story became a testament to the transformative power of aligning perception with emotions. Through the philosophy he discovered, he learned that success wasn't just measured in completing projects, but in the joy he infused into every aspect of his life. Serenityville, once a chaotic backdrop, became a canvas upon which Xavier painted a life rich in purpose, joy, and a profound understanding of the interconnected dance between perception and emotion. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I want to talk to you about the serenity principle, aligning your perception and your emotions for architectural success. So let's talk. The first thing I want to tell you is that your perception controls your emotions. Your perception controls your emotions. Think about it. The way you perceive something, you feel a certain way about that thing. But if you perceived it in any other way, your feelings, your emotions would shift. If you bump your toe and you say, dang, your emotion, the perception of that pain will control how you feel. But if you hit your toe, you're like, okay, you know what? I really need to move this chair out the way. Your emotions will be a little different. And the way you do these things is you have to retrain your subconscious mind, which will switch your perception, which will help you with your emotional priority. So I'm going to break down a few things today. We're going to have a small conversation, and I'm going to tell you about emotional priority. I'm going to talk to you about the law of attraction and vibrational sync. I'm going to talk to you about ownership of experience and recognizing power. Then I'm going to switch over into joy in work and blurred boundaries. And I'm going to follow this up with alignment is dynamic and unending pursuit. So let's begin with emotional priority. The importance of emotional priority is saying that instead of just focusing on getting things done, it's important to think about how you feel. Putting your emotions first can make your life more meaningful and satisfying. I mean, think about it. When you do the stuff you don't want to do, how do you feel at the end of the day? But if you start your day with doing things that you love to do, reading a book, doing a puzzle, having something as simple as having a cup of coffee or tea. And for those of you who are in the herbal world, having a little hit here and there before you get your day started with your tea or your coffee, how do you feel throughout the rest of the day? See, putting your emotions first will change your life because how you treat yourself is how others will treat you. And then on top of that, how you feel about yourself will determine how your day goes. Now you're probably asking me, well, why is emotional priority relevant? Well, let me tell you. Emotions shape how we see and deal with the world. If we make sure our feelings are good, it can change how we see things and make our experiences better. Antonio once said to us, oh, I used to wear glasses. And he once said, and they stayed spotted, dirty, all that stuff. And he said, why don't you clean your glasses? Because how you see through your glasses is how you see the world. And it made me think about something because for me, the glasses were a metaphor. I needed to clean my eyes. I needed to clean how I view the world. Because if my eyes had a film over them, if I was seeing red, if I was seeing black, if I was seeing sadness, if I was seeing hurt and pain, it viewed how I viewed the world. But the only way I could see it was first I had to acknowledge it within myself. Because your emotions and how you feel show you how you view your world, how you view every experience. Let me give you a story. I used to want to be a veterinarian. I loved animals. My dad told me one time I had more patience for animals than I did for people. I just kind of looked at him for a second. I was like, I don't know. Maybe, they can't talk. So you have to be a little more patient with animals. And throughout this process, I've always, as a child, I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to have a farm. Well, my emotions about my mother was that my brother was the golden child. He was the favorite child. I'm just the black sheep. Well, my brother got accepted into Tuskegee University in Alabama. And they have one of the top veterinarian programs in the world. And my mom was like, why don't you apply? Because I know you're going to get in. And I want you to pay attention to the words I use while I tell this story. My mother said, why don't you apply? Because I know you're going to get in. You don't need my help because your income alone, you'll be able to get the grants that you need to pay for school. All I will do is I will find a 2-bedroom apartment or a house to rent for you and your brother. Now, my perception of my relationship with my mother and how I felt about my relationship with my mother, which I just told you, my brother's the golden child. My perception and how I felt and how I viewed the world at that time was, oh, you just want me to go and babysit your favorite child. But if I would have prioritized my emotions and I would have focused on the fact that I would have been doing one of the things that I've always wanted to do, the decision would have been a little bit differently. How I viewed that conversation would have gone a different way. I would have been doctor. That's why you have to have emotional priority. Again, your emotions shape how you see and deal with the world. And if you make sure your feelings are good, it can change how you see things and make your experiences better. So I challenge each one of you. Every morning you wake up, during your morning routine, prioritize your emotions first. Compliment yourself. Tell yourself how good you look today. Tell yourself, I feel great today. If you stub your toe, man, that wall has been there the whole time I've been in this house. One day, I'm going to remember it's there. If you bump your elbow, I'm really happy I could feel that because some people can't. Prioritize your emotions because, again, instead of just focusing on getting things done, think about how you feel. Put your emotions first and make your life more meaningful and satisfying. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the law of attraction and vibrational sync. It took me a long time to figure this one out. Let me tell y'all something. It took me a long time because, first off, what is law of attraction? Secondly, what you talking about vibration? I'm a human being. Ain't no vibrations coming off of me. When we say it all the time, good vibes. The vibes in here aren't right. Yeah. So what's the importance about law of attraction and vibrational sync? Well, it's about it's about what you focus on becomes real for you. And if you connect your feelings with what you want, it can help you create the reality you desire. Why is this relevant? All of us want things. All of us dream of things. But how do we feel about the things we dream of? How do we feel about the things we think about? How do we feel about our actual desires? I desire to travel the world without having to worry about swiping my card because I desire to have $10,000 in my bank account every month. What do you really feel about that? Man, I'll never get enough time off this job to travel the world because this job pays my bills. And I can't just swipe my card because every time my paycheck hit my bank account, it's already accounted for 2 days before I even get it. The first paycheck pays the rent. The second paycheck pays the bills, and I just have to scrape just enough to get the stuff I need in the house and to put food in my stomach. If you vibrate at that, that's what you attract. But if you live the life of a travel blogger who travels all over the world and talks about and writes about the wonderful experiences they have had in all of the cultures in this world, and you feel it and you can taste it and you can feel the vibration of the airplane every time you step on it. You can smell those weird cabin smells in the planes. You know, sometimes it smells a little medicine-y, a little sanitized, but then it has like the gasoline that, inhale. How do you think about how you would feel smelling those, knowing you're about to go on another adventure? If you use emotional priority and you start vibrating at that, the law of attraction has to abide by that vibrational sync and give you the desires of your heart. Your thoughts, your feelings, and the world around you are connected. And understanding this link gives you the power to shape every experience, every second of every minute of every hour of every day. And every time you do this, you get stronger and stronger, and you start seeing these things like a parking spot in the front of the parking lot at the grocery store, winning tickets to your favorite concert, somebody gifting you something you've always wanted but never said anything to anybody, somebody just coming out of the blue and saying, hey, You look good in that outfit, because before you walked out the house, you looked in the mirror, you was like, you doing it today. Yes. Law of attraction and vibrational sync are highly important, but it's all attached to your emotions. You know, when you do that vision board, they always tell you, hey, you have to vision it, and then you have to feel it, and feel it with all senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. If you want that $500,000 home, imagine, pull up the pictures, and then imagine yourself putting the key in the door, and how would it feel, and then hearing it click, and then opening the door and smelling that new house smell, feeling the vibration of this home that you've always craved for, how the marble feels on your feet, how the texture of the walls feel perfect, how it just tastes clean, the smell, and then the sound that reverberates off the walls because it has the perfect balance. If you want a new car, imagine that new car smell. When you're sitting behind the wheel, imagine you sitting behind the wheel of how the car looks. How will you know that? Because you pull the pictures. It's on your vision board, so you know how the inside of the car looks. So when you sit in your car, you're sitting in your car. You're putting your hand on that shift. You have your hand on that steering wheel. You smell the new car smell. You feel how the seats curve with every inch of your body. Get into vibrational sync with the desires of your heart, and make sure your emotions match. And the law of attraction will bring to you what you desire, but it will bring to you the emotions that you vibrate at. That's why vibrational sync and law of attraction are one and the same. You have to be careful, because you create what you want. If you connect your feelings with what you want, it'll help you create the positive reality you desire. The next thing I want to talk to everyone about is ownership of experience and recognizing your power. It's about knowing that you have control over your own experience in life. Your life is yours, nobody else's. It ain't your mama's, your daddy's, your aunties, your grandma, grandpa, Pookie them, Ray Ray them, Nene across the street. No, it ain't Karen's, it ain't Phillips, it ain't Tommy's, it ain't Bobby's. It's yours. It's your life. Recognize your power to shape your own story. Make you feel more in control and affect how you see things. When you understand that, wait a minute, this is my life. I have control over it, not you, me. I have the power to shape my own reality. And when you take control of your experiences, you are actively participating in your life. And this can influence how you understand events and give you control over your emotions. Let me paint a picture for you. Y'all know the what's it called? Like the wine and paint, or paint and wine kind of events. You are the canvas. It's a blank canvas. There's nothing on it. And it's white. It's just clear, empty, matches it blends into the background. And you decide, you know what? I want a little more color in my life. So you take the brush and you mix 3 different colors and you just go across it. It's you creating what you desire. Your life is your blank canvas to do whatever you want to do with it. If you don't like that color, it's okay, paint over it. If you don't like that design, it's okay, paint over it and do something else. But you have control over how you experience your life. I could have experienced going to college in another state. I could have experienced college like that. I could have experienced it with my brother, which would have been a completely different type of experience for both of us. See, that's the thing. When you enjoy your own experience in life, when you actively participate in your life, you add value to the life of the ones around you. But if you just float along and don't actively participate, you don't add value to no one's life, not even your own. But see, I decided that my experience was going to be one of victim, one of I'm not good enough, one of you didn't love me, one of such and such, whatever it is for you. But when I decided, you know what? No, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of experiencing this life how it is. So I'm going to take control of my life and my experiences, and I'm going to actively participate in my life. And when I tell you, my understanding of the things that happen in my life are completely different. And because I prioritize my emotions, I give control over to them. So if I want the first parking spot at the grocery store, guess what? I got it today. Let's do it. Because it's raining outside, it's cold, I don't feel like being wet all the time, and I don't like the cold that much. And sugar melts when it get wet anyway, so you know. So ownership of your experience and recognize your own personal power. Not the power somebody said you had, not the power you think somebody gave you. No, the power you were born with, the power that is your birthright. Recognize that and live in it and actively participate in your life. The next thing I want to talk to you about is joy in work and blurred boundaries. See, the importance of this is it challenges the idea that work and joy are separate. Finding happiness in what you do every day can change how you see things and how you feel about your life. Because look, if you enjoy your work and your daily task, it creates a positive atmosphere. And this can affect how you deal with challenges. It'll boost your creativity and it'll make your work and life balance better. They say there's no such thing as work-life balance because there isn't. But there is a such thing as a work happiness balance. Because if you're happy in all aspects of your life, you don't have to worry about balance. It balances itself out. You can find joy in work and you can blur the boundaries. Who put the boundaries there in the beginning? Antonio told us, we used to say, y'all know how we talk about crabs in a bucket and this and this and that and that. And Antonio hit me with a profound concept. He said, but everybody seems to forget that the barrel or the bucket is not the crab's natural habitat. So who put those boundaries there for the crabs? It's okay for us to blur the boundaries because guess what? It's our life. We control our experiences. We actively participate in our life so we can blur whatever, excuse me, we can blur whatever boundary is put in front of us because it's not ours. It's somebody else's. Then the last thing I want to talk to you about tonight is alignment that is dynamic and an unending pursuit. See, the importance of this is in recognizing that staying in tune with what makes you happy, it's an ongoing journey. It's an unending pursuit because it takes energy every day to stay focused. Antonio tells us all the time you have to have faith to get started and faith to keep going. Well, you've already started. You woke up this morning. You've already started. You took a breath. You've already started. You ate today. You already started. You took one foot and put it on the floor. You got up. and you took another step and moved forward. You've already started. Now just have the faith to keep going. It's an ongoing journey. By embracing the ups and downs of life, it affects how you understand things and makes you emotionally strong. See, that's what perception does to you. When you are happy about everything, your perception about what goes on from day to day, it changes. You get a different understanding of things. How many of you on your journey, you woke up one day and something happened to you? It's like, wait a minute. She yelling at me. Something going on in her life. But what am I putting off that lets her know it's okay to yell at me? Instead of, I know you, and I did it. We've all done it. Hell, I've done it. Every now and then I still do it. But embracing the ups and downs of life, it affects how you understand things and makes you emotionally strong. And knowing that finding happiness is a continuous process helps you adapt to changes. This encourages a positive attitude and changes how you see the direction your life is going. Alignment is dynamic and it's an unending pursuit. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude our exploration into the serenity principle, aligning perception and emotions for architectural success, let's reflect on the transformative journey we've embarked upon. The principles of emotional priority, the law of attraction, ownership of experience, joy in work, and the dynamic nature of alignment have woven a tapestry of wisdom, unveiling insights into the interplay between perception and emotions. We've learned that by prioritizing our emotional well-being, we reframe our approach to life, moving away from the mere task-driven endeavors toward a more purposeful and fulfilling existence. See, emotions, as the lens through which we perceive the world, hold the power to shape our reality. The law of attraction and vibrational sync remind us that our focus becomes our reality. Whatever you focus on, you create. Imagination plus emotion equals creation. Underscoring the importance of aligning emotions with our desires to create a positive and meaningful life. Even more, the concepts of ownership of experience and recognizing your power empowers us to curate our own narratives, write our own damn stories, fostering a sense of control over the life trajectories that we have to face. The joy in work philosophy challenges traditional distinctions, inviting us to find pleasure in our daily task and transform our perception of challenges, fostering creativity and balance in our professional and personal lives. We are creative beings. We're meant to create. As we navigate the dynamic nature of alignment and embrace the unending pursuit of joy, we discover that fulfillment is not a static destination, but a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. This understanding encourages us to adapt to life's ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, fostering resilience, a positive outlook, and influencing how we perceive the trajectory of our lives. So, in essence, the serenity principle beckons us to align our perceptions with our emotions, creating a harmonious balance that transcends the boundaries of conventional success. As architects of our own experiences, we are called to prioritize joy, take ownership of our stories, and find purpose in the daily tasks that make up our lives. So I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me. Success in architecture and life at large is not solely defined by completed projects or tasks, but by the joy we infuse in every moment. By aligning our perceptions with our emotions, we unlock the serenity principle. So may this principle be the foundation upon which you design your path to success and fulfillment. And I pray that your imagination will always be a celebration of you. Thank you.
All right. Wait a minute. You can't go nowhere. They are digitally, I can't even speak right now. Clapping for you. I just got one question before you go. One question before you, an announcement first. Ladies and gentlemen, December 16th at 9:30 p.m., just like we are right now, I need you to know that we've got Girl Power happening. Girl Power happens December 16th at 9:30 p.m. We're going to do this again, and it's going to be called Decisions That Shape Destiny. And first up, we have Grace Sandals.
Woo, come on, Grace.
She's batting number one. Second up, we have Tracy Armstrong.
Come on, Tracy.
She's batting number two. Third, we have Adonia Dixon.
A big sister.
And then fourth, the lady you just heard will be closing us out. On fourth, back again, Deanna Marie. Deanna, just real quick.
Yes, sir.
Broken you.
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell her now?
It's going to be all right. And you can heal. Just hold your head up. Keep your eyes above the water. And you'll be all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. You will be all right. You just heard from the freckled one, Deanna Marie, as she just blessed us. Up next, we have a special guest, long jet black hair, Melissa, but she's not coming up yet because, well, we got a show. We have a whole show, don't we? Yes, we do.
Hi.
You still take sugar?
No, actually, I gave it up some time ago. You always made a lovely cup of tea.
I should do. I'll make enough of it.
It's always nicer when someone else makes it. That's what your mum used to say.
She did.
I'm sorry, by the way. I did send a card.
I know. Please. Does he know you're here?
No. No.
No one to tell.
Anyone come close?
Once. How many kids do you have now?
2 girls and a boy.
What age is the eldest?
16.
16 years.
Place looks great. You've really made it a home.
Yeah. It took some time. Heard yours puts mine to shame.
Looks can be deceiving. Couldn't believe it when I heard you bought this place.
Who told you?
No one. I looked it up.
Why?
I don't know. I wanted to know how you were doing.
Well, I'm good.
Good. Good. Living in the house we said we'd buy together.
That was a long time ago.
16 years. When I saw that, I guess I thought maybe,
No. I don't.
maybe you still. Do you ever think about me?
Yes.
What do you think about?
A day like today.
Then why haven't you tried to contact me?
Because you asked me not to. What's changed?
Is it too late?
I think so.
My, 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 my. Man got dumped at the wedding. And 16 years later, she shows up asking, is there still a chance? Well, we talking about perceptions and emotions, and I don't know another video that captures more about perception and emotions. Just to hear it a little bit, you're going to see on the screen that if you text discount to a particular phone number, then you will be allowed an opportunity to get a 90 to a 99% discount on WonderCon happening in March. Our discounts are available if you're on hard times. Our discounts are available if you are a student. Our discounts are available if you are a veteran. And you didn't come here to hear me. No, you came here to hear these ladies doing these great things. Now there's somebody else I got to bring up to the stage. Now, I know I can't hear you, but you need to put your hands together for Melissa, because she is somebody that's been through the mud. Melissa was in the mud so long that she came out carved stone. If anybody knows how to pick themselves back up, it is Miss Rushock. I can assure you that what she does is she is someone who knows what it's like to be broken and knows that broken is beautiful. I don't know if you ever been in a bad situation. Melissa know a thing or two about them. And the most beautiful part about it, she knows how to get out of bad situations. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no choice, not an absolute choice. I must bring upon the stage this beautiful woman who not only is a master of her emotions, but she is a master of her choices. She is the one who creates her own reality so much to where her daughter, not even 20 years old yet, is already an owner of 3 or 4 businesses and on her way to rivaling Elon Musk and everything else that he is doing out here. Melissa is somebody that we all need to listen to. And without further ado, she needs no introduction and her speech needs no title. Melissa Rushock, please come to the stage.
Well, thank you for having me here today. I want to talk to you today about how our perceptions control our emotions. We think about it maybe once or twice a day, if that. So before we do anything, I can't see you, so this is going to be on our system. I want everyone just to raise your hand. Now, little thing, I bet maybe 1 or 2 of you actually did it because you can't see me. I'm not going to do it, right? But why did I ask you to raise your hand? The leader of this class, the leader before you, asked you to do something. Most of us will unknowingly just respond and go, okay, this is the leader. I'm going to raise my hand regardless of what is going on. We do this because our kids, as we are kids, as we are infants, our people before us, our leaders, tell us what to do, when to do it, how to speak, what to say, how to say it. Everything that we do every day is before us. We go to school, we get assigned seatings. We are told how to read a book. We are told how to eat. We are told what fork to use. We don't think about it. Our leaders say to do this. But then we break it down to our peer groups. We have our jocks. We have our, well, I'm going to say nerds is a derogatory word in this case. We have the people that don't fit in any group. But we try to find our cliques. We try to find our leaders. Do we want to be like the straight A students? Well, the straight A students are our jocks, are our cheerleaders, are our very bright people that hang around with the jocks. We have our nerds that may or may not be the F&D students, wear the glasses with the water, their pants up to their knees. You know the ones that I'm talking about. If you grew up in the 90s, we have Steve Urkel from Family Matters as an example. We don't want to be them because we are smarter, so we perceive ourselves than them. We dress better than them. Our perceptions do everything that we do. But what happens when we fall into the peer groups on our leader, whoever that leader is not telling us the right things? Do we continue to follow because that's what our peer group says? Or do we let our emotions guide us in different directions? We have to ask ourselves this every day. And it's a hard thing to do, especially as a child. Do we go to the anatomy and physiology class because we are smart enough to be in that class? We have our teachers, our leaders that say, you need to be here. Apply yourself and you can be the next doctor. You can apply yourself in the debate team to be the next lawyer. You can do all these wonderful things, or do you let your perceptions, because I'm not a jock. Okay, so I know martial arts. I have awards in swordsmanship, but I'm not a jock, so I can't be the smart one. I don't want to apply myself, because if I apply myself, I'm not in this peer group to say, okay, I'm smart, but I'm going to be picked on because now I'm the black sheep. I don't belong to this group. Okay, so I don't apply myself. I hide the fact that I have these awards. But I don't fit in over to this other group either. My perception is I know I'm smarter than these people, but I don't want to apply myself. There's a difference. So my perception is I don't belong here. I don't belong there. I don't belong anywhere. I don't have a group. So you hide everything and your emotions go down. Well, when your emotions go down, so does their self-confidence. When you have no self-confidence, what happens to everything around you? Your life actually goes to the negative. It goes to the rock in that hard place. It goes to attracting those in your life that'll keep you down. Your peers then become the ones go, oh, you can sit on the couch on a Friday night and eat popcorn and complain and have your adult beverages. You don't need to do this. You don't need to go to work tomorrow. You don't have to do anything. You can just go to your 9 to 5. That's fine. Get your minimum wage paycheck. You don't have to apply yourself. Just go along with the rest of the people. But when you're an entrepreneur, that doesn't work for you. You are the worst employee, because even though you're trying to fit in with your peer group, you can't. Your mind won't let you. You will try to solve problems that aren't even problems. You can work at McDonald's as an example and find a better way to wrap the sandwiches, just saying, or stock the front counters, or whatever you're doing. I'm just using that because we've all ate at a McDonald's before, I'm sure. For some reason, we've done it. Regardless if you're in India, Africa, America, wherever, we've ate at some kind of fast food. But as an entrepreneur, we have to find that way to change. But we can't change if your perception of yourself is so low that you can't even find a way to get forward. You have to find your peer group, even though it's uncomfortable, that is outside of those that you normally talk to. If you want to be in the millionaire class, you need to follow your millionaires. You need to listen to them. You have to actually apply yourself every day to grow stronger, not physically, mentally. You need new leaders. If your leaders are the ones that are encouraging you to sit on the couch on the Friday night or go out partying or go do something illicit that I have no clue what that would be, but they're not the right people to push you forward. They're the crabs keeping you in that bucket. And we all know the saying. We form the bucket. We bring the crabs in that will keep us down. We will not find the ones that will help build a ladder to get out. We get stuck there. That's our perception. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. We talk about, I want to live in that $1 million house. I want to drive the Ferrari. I want to, whatever it is. I want to leave my husband because he's a not nice person. I want to fill in the blank for self. Well, if you want to do something, who's your leaders? Who are you following that will get you to that next step? First, you have to find your group. You have to find the ones you want to aspire to be like. We talk about this all the time. We do within our little peer groups. I want that. I want to get out of the ghetto. I want to have a better job. I want, but we don't apply it. Why? Because our mindset, our perception is, I will never achieve what I want. So let's break it down. Why is my perception like that? For me personally, it started in childhood. If anything could go wrong in my childhood, I probably lived through it. Let's just start there. I came from an abusive household, broken family, moved in with grandma and grandpa. Should be all better now, right? No. Now we have the emotional abuse, going to school. Now I have no confidence at all. Going to the school, now I'm an easy target for the bullying from the straight A students, from the every peer group imaginable. I have the ability to be an athlete, but I don't want to apply myself because I don't have the confidence. I have the ability to be that straight A student, but I'm not applying myself because I will be the black sheep within my family. I'm already the black sheep, so I don't want to draw more attention to myself. But I'm a sponge. I'm going to learn everything anyways, and I'm not going to say anything to anyone. Grow to adulthood, find the first husband. Anything that can go well will go wrong because I'm attracting that. My perception is so low of myself that I will attract the negative because I can't see the light. I cannot see at this point in my life where I wanted to be. I know I'm bound for greatness. Why? Because my personality is, I will succeed. I have overcome death. I have overcome alcoholism. I have overcome poverty. I know I am born for greatness. I don't know how to achieve it. This is early 2000s. But it's taking so long to get to where I perceive that I can succeed because I had to find those within my leaders that I want to aspire to be. My emotions had to be taken from, oh, woe is me, to, you know what? I'm grateful for waking up today. I'm grateful for standing here before you and saying, hey, we can do this together. You don't have to do anything alone. Once you find your leaders, you find your group, you find your family. Once you find your family, you find those that can help you build your dreams. Why is this important? My perception is I'm born for greatness. Okay, so my leaders are those who will also inspire themselves to be in greatness or in excellence. That's my leaders. My family is now the ones that will go, okay, we have a problem. How do we solve it and get to the next plateau of excellence? These are steps we have to take every day. It's not just waking up today and say, I'm grateful, and going back to my 9-to-5 job. That is not excellence. That is what the universe says is mediocrity. We don't settle for that here. Not one bit. We strive for excellence every day. We strive to wake up in the morning. We strive to get out of bed. It doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair. Doesn't matter if you're disabled. Doesn't matter if you have a learning disability. You strive for your excellence every day. Okay? We have friends that are in wheelchairs who their goal is to walk again. That is their form of excellence. They will get there, not today, maybe not tomorrow, but they will get there because their perception is rooted in excellence. Their mindset, their emotions are, I'm going to do this. It doesn't matter who says I can't. I know that I can. We have friends that have overcame poverty because giving up is not an option for them. They will go on and be a billionaire. They will be the next trillionaire. We know this because their mindset is rooted in excellence. It doesn't matter what they're doing today. They're planting the seeds today that will grow in the next year, 6 months, 3 years, whatever, and will continue to grow. Now, how do we get there? This is an individual problem that we have. I can't give you a one size fits all. You're going to have to actually work with it every day. There are assessments on the internet. If you can't find one, I'm sure I have one laying around that will go, are you happy with your life? Am I happy with my life today? Not exactly. I'm happy with parts of my life, and I will admit that. I'm not where I want to be, where I know where I will be, but I'm happier today about my life than I was 6 months ago. There's growth there. I know where I'm going because failure is not an option. You have to ask yourself where you're going. You know your path. What do you want to do? Where are you going? Will you be that next millionaire? Will you be that next Bill Gates? Will you be that next Elon Musk? Or are you going to be sitting on the couch as you are today, eating the popcorn and complaining about your life? I know many of my friends who I went to school with look at where I'm at today and go, girl, how did you get there? You were so quiet in school. You would never do this in school. Yeah, that was 20 plus years ago. I have grown since then. However, you're still in the same spot. You're eating that popcorn. You're sitting on the couch. You're going out partying. You live paycheck to paycheck. What has changed in 20 years? I have changed everything by breaking every part of me that I can possibly break and still be alive. I do not mean that physically. I mean that emotionally and mentally. I had to break every preconception I had about myself. And let me tell you, it hurts when you do it. You want to rip the Band-Aid off? Oh, yeah, do that about 3,000 times till you get the mindset of failure is not an option. What is making me happy today? Is it making me complacent or is it pushing me to growth? Once you find out that answer, now, how can we get you to where I want to be? Where are the millionaires, the billionaires, the visionaries that we need to follow to be that next level? Are we listening to Elon Musk? Are we listening to Jeff Bezos? Are we listening to whoever we're listening to that are visionaries of today's world? The billionaires, the trillionaires? Are we listening to what they're saying to get to their level? It's not going out partying today so I can go out, be broke tomorrow. It's living poor today, banking my money, making my money grow for me in residuals to get to that next step. We have to help each other to do this. We can't do it alone. When you have a friend that's struggling, see if you can help them. Be their leader, because everything you're doing for yourself, if you bring one person with you, now you're building that ladder. You may not be helping you exactly, but you're being their ladder to move forward. You don't know how important that is until you have it for yourself. When you have a friend bring you, hey, I'm doing this, come join me doing this, and we'll be millionaires together. Luckily, I have that friend that's done that. I have several friends in that ladder now. I have a community that I'm sure Grace will put the number on the screen again, because this is a community that will help you build your ladder, get you out of poverty, and be that next millionaire. But you have to listen to what they're saying. Follow your leaders that you want to aspire to be, not the leaders that keep you complacent in today. Do not have the perception of, woe is me, and do nothing to change it. But I thank you so much for all this wonderful time spent with you today. And please, if there's anything I can do, you can go to mlruscsak.com. I have a lot of information there. I have a lot of books to help you overcome your complacency. We do not strive for complacency in this network. We strive for extraordinary people. We strive for excellence. And are you happy with your life? Do you know how to be the CEO of your life, not your company? That'll come later. I guarantee if you find yourself as a CEO of your life, you're going to be the next entrepreneur that moves forward. But thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. All right, y'all, put your digital hands together. Come on, let's put emojis in the chat. But listen, I'm going to where I got the same question for you, and the same question for our last speaker. But before that, we're going to get them to praise you in this chat. Come on, y'all, put emojis out there or something. Heart, smash that heart button. Thank you, Penelope, for sending stars. They're showing you love. Melissa, same question to you. Broken you. What would you tell her now?
Girl, quit listening to everyone around you. They're not your leaders.
I mean, you got a few amens and ashes from that one, for sure. Thank you so much, Melissa. You did such a wonderful job. You look beautiful. Everybody says you look stunning. You look amazing. Good job. Good job. Yes, we sure appreciate you. Yes, they're clapping for you. I'm so happy. And we got some hearts and some outstanding Melissas. Now, we've got somebody coming to close us out. We only got one more. But before we get to the one more, I must tell y'all that this is just, I don't know, marshmallows, because December 16th is the meat and potatoes Because it's girl power on. If you could just put girl power in the chat one more time. I see some of y'all do that. Gonna put girl power in the chat because you ain't seen Adonia or Tracy or Deanna or Grace. They coming, y'all. They are coming. Girl power. Hashtag girl power. Now we've got one. His name is Jalen, but ain't no sense in us telling you about that. Let's just run it. Let's just run it real quick.
They say that a brother is a friend provided by nature.
2, 3.
But you were always more of a best friend that happened to be my big brother. Sure, you always got me into trouble, pushed me into doing stupid things, and dragged me out of my shell whether I liked it or not. But come to think of it, I don't think I'd have it any other way.
You ready? You can go. Take the jump, man. Hey! You okay?
It's cool, man. It's gonna be awesome, okay? So, do that. Okay, then what I need is some girls, man. So I'm thinking a nice beach. Where do we go? Oh, we got one right here. Cliff dive.
I promised you that we'd take this trip when you got out. And now, I'm keeping that promise.
You want to join us?
Okay.
All right, come on.
I'll be right back. You would have wanted me to do this. You were always the risk taker, and I guess I gotta take risks for the both of us now. I love you.
All right. Somebody out here making y'all cry and stuff. Who is that man out here? Perception and emotions is what we digging on. So, we gotta, we can't just run around here do stuff by accident. If you join us in March, it'd be so much more bigger and spectacular. You'll see Adonia in person. She'll have on a different pair of shoes each day. That is going to happen for sure. A different accessories each day for sure. and she gonna take a bath each day. She gonna hate me for that one, y'all. Yes, for sure. For sure. She can't do that because it's not call and response. You know, it's not, I can get away with it. She'll get me in the morning. Please text discount 409-457-6304. But ladies and gentlemen, we're done. We got one more person, and that is it. It is Jalen. He is coming up and coming up. I've got to tell you, before we introduce Jalen, he doesn't even need no introduction. He is Mr. Content and Mr. Creator. He is the reason why you are on social media and the second reason why you would get paid while on it. He is a future trillionaire. He is currently thinking about giving you access to him and all his programs. I need to tell you that Jalen has been around millionaires and billionaires nearly half his life. He is the holder of chivalry. Jalen is the ambassador of his grandmother's love, and he is the keeper of the Holy Spirit. I have to introduce all of you, my friends, to Jalen Hughes, the master of content.
Ooh, that was awesome. Thank you, guys. So before I start, I just want you to think about this, what I'm going to say right now, and then we're going to get going. There is no truth. There is only perception by Gustave Flaubert. All right. So thank you for that great introduction. If you don't know, I actually am also a photographer, right? And when you're in photography, it's all about angles. It's all about getting that right shot, right? It's about being on point. But there was, and throughout my time working and throughout dealing with different people, right? There was always one quote I always heard. And it was, well, I hope he makes sure he gets my good side. And every time someone said that, I thought to myself, right? Who said that was your good side? And why isn't your other side good? But that's perception. When you're looking to grow your brand, you need to know that type of perception, what you're putting out, what you're branding. You know, we talk about branding all the time, but the real definition to me is what branding really is what people think about you when you leave the room, what people say about you when you leave the room. That's branding, but that's also perception because your perception may be different from the next one's. So how do we create this, right? What is really the lens of our perception? It's creating your narrative. Perception is how you or someone looks at something in particular. I'm sure we all have heard of your point of view, right? That's perception. Mindset and self-growth plays a big part in this. Something that people put a bad taste on is tunnel vision. It's always been criticized, but tunnel vision is the thing that you need because you have to picture yourself going through whatever it is, but you have to have a tunnel. And in that tunnel vision, you're focused straight on that beam of light that is illuminating from the other end. In this tunnel vision, you know that that concentrated focus on your destination, on your work, on your progress, that's going to get you out of the darkness. That's going to change the perception of who you might be to someone else now because they don't really know who you could be later. And how do we do this, right? It's consistency. It's consistency and it's taking the time and putting in the work and committing to yourself, no matter how small. Always keep stepping forward. I'm sure someone here has heard about a bamboo tree before, right? They grow slow underground for years, and you don't really know that things are happening. Think about yourself sometimes as this bamboo tree. People don't know that you're growing, you're budding, you're working so hard to sprout. And then in the result, in the end, you grow bigger in one of the strongest woods that we know to man. That could be you. Successful individuals across different fields always attribute themselves to being consistent, putting in the effort, practice, and dedication. It's these steps taken daily that lead to significant strides throughout their vision and towards to where you want to go. So embrace tunnel vision as a positive force. Identify your destination. Focus on the unwavering commitment that you have to do. And don't focus on the people around you that's saying you can't do it because their perception is different. We all have our own point of views. And who is it for the next person to tell you that yours isn't right or to tell you that you can't achieve what you want to achieve? As we navigate our tunnels and our individual tunnel visions toward our vision, cherish the process. Fall in love with what you're doing, because if you stay committed, you don't know how far you can go. And the person that falls in love with the destination goes way farther than the person that falls in love. Oh, I'm sorry. The person that falls in love with the process goes way farther than the person that falls in love with the destination. So fall in love with your process. Life often presents us with challenges. And a lot of times they can feel like they're insurmountable. They're too big. There's too much. But within these challenges lies a hidden opportunity that you may not know yet. So consider Steve Jobs, right? He is the leader of Apple, and we all know him, big guy, right? But he used his time away when he got outside of Apple to start a new company. This venture eventually led him to developing something that is groundbreaking for the world. And similarly, in our own lives, sometimes you have to push out of where you're comfortable with. Sometimes you have to beat that unbeaten path and step into uncharted waters. And to the next person, their perception may be, nah, bro, I couldn't do that. Or, you're going to work all day? Come out and hang with us. No, come out and be part of us. But those are the same people that aren't really being fulfilled in their lives. So by cultivating a mindset that perceives challenges as opportunities, we can navigate through our adversity with resilience and unlock the doors to an innovation and personal growth that we all need to be bigger and better. It's a reminder that some of our greatest opportunities often wear the cloak of setbacks, waiting for us to unveil their transformative potential. I'm sure somebody here recently probably had a setback. Maybe it was a friend who said, "Nah, don't start that." Or every time you talk about your business, they say, "Oh, that little business. Oh, that little photo business. Oh, that you a little photographer. Oh, you that little photo business." But they don't see the real perception. Sometimes opportunities hide in unexpected places. And we always go and say, God is this, God is that, right? Why God? Why now? Why me? But at the end of the day, God is right on time. So let me share you a story about a setback that I had. If many may not know, I actually ended up playing 2 years of collegiate baseball. And on my first year, I went straight out of high school to a D1 school. Was supposed to be in, and because my coach at the time in high school used to play there. So I'm thinking I'm good. I'm this new freshman on the block, all girl, whatever. But it humbled me because my perception was wrong. I thought I needed to be this big guy, this D1 player, this person to fulfill what I had. But at the end of the day, I just needed to be on the field sharing the gift of God and my gift to the world. So that first year, I didn't play at all. I ended up making the practice team, going a little bit farther, but never seeing the field. And that taught me that, you know what, sometimes opportunities just aren't for you. And sometimes missed opportunities are the things that are going to push you forward. So let's get back to perception, right? I'm sure someone here has heard that saying, either the cup is half full or the cup is half empty. That's perception. I could be saying it's full, you could be saying it's empty, but your perception says it all. And it says not only what your mindset is, but how you are going to react to what is happening. So let's talk about, how do you create your vision and craft it, right? You have to be clear on your message. You have to be clear on your mission. Fall in love with the process, not the destination. Again, like I said earlier. So how do we craft it, right? You have to find your passion. You have to find your love. What is something that just comes so easily to you that you just do? For me, it was speaking. I was a class clown that I got my work done early, and then everyone's looking around. I'm talking to everybody. I'm trying to be cool, and I'm the one getting kicked out of class because now I'm a distraction. But to me, I was just using my gift to build a community. And so perception of the teacher told people that I wasn't good. I was a bad seed. I'm a bad rotten apple. And if I stay around all these other apples, I'm going to end up rotting them as well. And that shaped me to know that, you know what? That's what you think, but I know something's different. So I took that and I ran with it. I took that and I said, you know what? This is my passion. This is my weird. And when I say weird, I don't mean WEIRD. I mean WYRD, which is your passion or love that just comes easily to you. Let this vision serve as a guiding light, not only shaping your aspirations, but influencing every decision and action along your way. Imagine your vision as a compass, pointing you in the right direction of your dreams, pointing you to that North Star of success, right? It provides clarity in the midst of uncertainty, helping you make decisions aligned with your long-term goals. And when you're faced with these choices, they could be large, they could be even small. But having that vision and that right perception can bring you to where you're trying to go and keep you on course. Consider some successful individuals that you know throughout history. Most of them didn't achieve greatness just by drifting along. They had a plan. They had a vision. They had their weird that pushed them forward, that propelled them into the limelight, and that ultimately brought on their law of attraction of more people who perceived them in the light that they wanted to be perceived. A clear vision instills a sense of purpose and passion in your actions. It becomes the driving force behind your daily efforts, motivating you to overcome obstacles and persevere when the journey gets tough. When you connect with your vision on a deeper, more profound level, it becomes a source of resilience, and it enables you to weather the storm, and it enables you to push forward and be bigger and be the thing that you are looking to be. So as I sit here today, I encourage you to not only reflect on your vision, but also ask certain questions like, how could it be your guiding light? How could this get to me to where I can go? And who's around me now that is either helping or hurting me get to my vision? So let's talk about overcoming fear and doubt. I know as an entrepreneur and as just a person, we all have it. What is something that makes you fear? For me, it's knowing that there is no other option. So I know that this is what I'm going to do, regardless of if I fail and I fall straight on my face. I know that I went out doing what I knew was my passion, and I knew I was going to do everything I can do to get there. So there's a quote by someone famous that you might know called Les Brown, and he says, "You cannot expect to achieve new goals or move beyond your present circumstances unless you change." When we look internal and we change the people who we are, not only for the better, but also preparing ourselves to proceed through where we are, that internally changes the things around us and internally changes, and externally changes that law of attraction. So let me tell you about a story about someone, a famous author. In the 90s, a struggling single mother, she faced rejection after rejection. She had this manuscript about a young wizard named Harry Potter. Despite being on welfare, battling depression, she pulled it together and her determination prevailed over everything. 7 years later, a small publishing company took a chance, launching that global phenomenon that we know today. And the story of this person reminds us about resilience, coupled with a clear vision that can help you turn adversity into extraordinary successes. The more you get up after being knocked down, the more better chance you have of succeeding. So don't perceive as a failure as bad. Perceive it as a lesson, because I didn't got knocked down. I didn't got punched in the mouth, but I got up, and look at me now. So let me also, that person, as you know today, is J.K. Rowling. If you didn't know, now you do. And this person has Harry Potter, one of the most biggest fictional things to this day. And I'll be honest, one of my favorite fictional stories to this day. So it really hits home for me. But let me tell you about a story and how a lot of times you can perceive something to be bad, but it's really not bad. It's just what you need to go through to get to where you want to go. So picture yourself in a car. You're driving. Maybe it's your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your sister, cousin, whoever with you, right? And it's downpour. I'm driving the car. I'm looking. All I see is rain. It's so hard to keep going. It's so hard to keep pushing because I'm blurred. My vision is not clear. But I know that if I keep driving straight, at some point, I can get out of this storm. But all I'm hearing, bro, pull over. I can't see. It's raining too hard. I'm scared. I don't know where we're going. People are flying past us. Stop. Pull over. Pull over. But internally, keep going. Keep pushing forward. Because when you get to that point where you're finally through, moving 1% at a time, looking as far as you can look, progress, daily, daily, daily progress, then you finally can look back, maybe after a month, maybe after a year, maybe after 5 years, and you look back and it's no more rain. The storm has succumbed, but you prevailed. But your friend's perception was that it was too much. But if you have the right perception, saying that if I just keep going little by little, I will make it. I know I can make it because I have to get out of this storm. Let me tell you about an animal. Buffaloes, right? Buffaloes are one of the only animals that instinctively run into the storm because they know that if I run into the storm instead of away, that'll get me through the storm quicker. So when you come out of a storm, you won't be the same person that walked in. But that's what the storm was all about. And that was by Haruki Murakami. So you internally possess the power to be whoever you want. And if you let people in your passenger seat or in your community perceive you instead of you have your own perception, then they'll put that on you. You see, there's a lot of people that their insecurities and their perceptions get blasted on you because they don't feel like they can do it. They don't feel like they have what it takes. But they also don't have your mind. They also don't have your skills. They also don't have your mindset or your point of view because you could be sitting here saying, I'm going to be the next Steve Harvey or I'm going to be the next Oprah Winfrey. And you can really have what it takes. But the average person or the bad person and a different person point of view will say, nah, bro, they're too big. You can't do that. Why don't you just come work with me? You know, I'm making 40K over here and I love my job. Don't give up on your passions. Don't give up on your dreams and keep pushing forward because you internally possess the power to be whoever you want to be. But how will you use that? And how will you use your resources around you to get this done? So, as we come to the end, I want to do a small reflection on J.K. Rowling's story. I wanted to serve not only as inspiration, but also as a diagram, a blueprint of someone that may be just like you. You know, maybe you have a single mother with kids. Maybe you have a screenplay that you're willing to write. Maybe you have a book that you need to put out. Maybe you have a movie that the world just needs to see. And they need to hear your point of view or your perception. Don't be scared to let someone else's perception take you from where you need to be. Each of you hold a unique vision, gift, and dream that is exclusively yours, God-given. Embrace it. It's not just about having the vision, though. It's about making those everyday, bold, decisive steps towards your goal. Pushing forward through the storm. Pushing forward through the adversity. Crafting your perception. And making sure that you are doing what you need to do to get to where you need to go. And in the face of uncertainties, let determination guide you. Remember, it's the audacious choices and courageous leaps that propel us toward the realization of our dreams. And for my strong women out there, remember, no quiet woman really ever made history. It was the person that pushed out there, that crafted their narrative, that showed their perception and changed the world. So don't unfulfill yourself. You have what it takes. Your vision is your compass, your actions, the journey. Seize this moment, embrace your vision, embrace your gift, embrace your love, and embark on the path of possibility with unwavering determination. Because No one can be you. So why don't you go out and be the best you could be and show the world really what you have? So before I let you go, I want everybody to remember this. Real strength comes in the moments when you think you can't go any further, but you keep going anyways. And that, my friends, is the power of perception. Thank you.
We all right, man. All right. We appreciate y'all. Listen, we are at the end. We just got 7 more minutes left, brother. You did a good job. You're looking like you're available. But I you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I probably shouldn't sell you like that, but you're looking like you're available. But you know, he probably got somebody in the background, y'all, and I'm gonna get in trouble for putting him out there like that. So we don't. Oh, he said ain't nobody put a ring on it. I understand. Good. Come on, y'all, put your digital hands together and give Jalen some props there. We do appreciate you, man. Same question to you, man. Broken you. What would you tell him now?
To be your own glue, to not look outward, because at the end of the day, those are going to be the people who are going to keep chipping away at you. And know that there's 3 different types of people sometimes. You can be saved, you can be blessed, or you can be anointed. And if you're anointed, you bear that fruit. So don't run from that. And don't run from your passions, and don't run from your perception, because if you can see it and you can dream it, you can do it.
No, that's right, brother, man. Thank you so much, man. You rocked it out. We do appreciate you there, clapping for you. I can even see him behind the stage clapping for you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 9 more minutes left. 9:30 Saturday. Adonia Dixon, Deanna Marie, Tracy Armstrong, and Grace Sanders. I don't know if y'all understand. These are 4 heavy hitters. They all closers. They all closers. They got 25 minutes apiece, y'all. We going to Saturday night. Bring your wine, because we're going 3 hours Saturday night. I'm just telling y'all, we're going 3 hours Saturday night. It's going down. It's going down. It really is. Thank y'all so much for just being here. Please text 409-457-6304. Get you some discounted tickets. Go ahead and do that. And besides, if y'all haven't seen Laid Down Law before you go to heaven, you got to. Because if you ain't seen Laid Down Law, then you just don't, you just, well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Y'all just don't know, man. Girl Power is happening Saturday, 9:30 p.m. That's 21:30 Central Standard Time. We are international, so we're doing some in the morning and some late at night. Without further ado, exactly 7 minutes and 57 seconds are left in our conference. And I just will tell you this, 7 minutes and 15 seconds. When you see this thing, we're done. And hopefully all of you receive that your blessings are right around the corner, and it will come quickly. I sure hope.
You know, it's the beginning of what most will call a new year, and time is a useful illusion. But what I do want to say is everything you want is going to happen for you quickly. I'm not sure where you get inside of your head that your seasons shall have ends, or that you have to set a date to something, and somewhere along that date-ness of things, you'll get that. My friends, it's going to happen quickly. If you believe it, if you receive it, if you have a definite purpose, if you have a burning desire, if you truly know what you know, if you're persistent, it's going to happen for you quickly. You know, Think and Grow Rich, which I pretty much just quoted most things from Think and Grow Rich, says that the secret out here that is ready for you is already there, but unless you're ready to receive it, you can't get that, right? So I suppose I want to tell you it's going to happen quickly. Now, this isn't meant to be some video that pumps you up. It's not meant to be a video that makes you feel encouraged. I hope you're pumped up. I hope you're encouraged. But I just want to spit facts. If you plant a seed, what you automatically do is schedule a harvest. Now, while there may be a time delay between the seed planting and the harvest reaping, it's still going to happen quickly. You know, this universe is lazy intelligent. It is both lazy, but it uses the least amount of energy to do the most amount of things. I spent a lot of time in this age in the top 1%, and I'm thankful. I'm not complaining. But before I was ever in the top 1%, I knew up here I would be. I knew up here I'd be rich. I knew up here I'd be famous. When I was in a trash can, I knew that. When I was married and people doubted me, I knew that. When I forced a woman that I loved to be both the man and the woman in a relationship, I still knew that. See, I haven't been perfect. Along my journey, I've gone through 3 repossessions. Three car repossessions. I've even gone through a foreclosure of my home. Multiple homes, actually, because I was a real estate investor. I'm not speaking to you from a place of somebody gets it. I've always got it, and I've always had a silver spoon out my mouth or a blue chip coming out the spine of my back. That's just not the case. What is the case is I realize that it's going to happen quickly. I realize that it takes no talent to find the window of heaven that is opening up. It takes no talent to find the window of heaven that is opening up blessings, and so you have room enough to receive. Now let's just break that down. That's a sacred text I quoted, by the way. Let's just break that down for a second. The first century Jews were not thinking about being spirits floating off in heaven. They were thinking about having their heaven here on planet Earth. Now, when this text was quoted, this is about 5th century Jews who are listening to this, 6th century, and even 7th century. And Malachi was speaking to leaders, religious leaders, and he told these leaders to just get by the window of heaven. Just get by this window of heaven. God will pour you out a blessing, and you won't have room enough to receive. Now, obviously, he's not talking metaphorically. He's talking to a bunch of farmers that rain will come, and rain will water the ground, and from the watering of the ground, people will be blessed. But you specifically will be blessed, and your blessing will come, and you have room enough to receive it. So here's the deal. I believe it's going to happen quickly for you. Not because I've made it. I have. I'm grateful. I believe it's going to happen quickly for you because I know it. Because I know science. I know that if you plant enough seeds, and those seeds are good, eventually what you'll do is have a good harvest here, and a good harvest here, and a good harvest here, and 1,000 good harvests here, and 1,000 good harvests here, and 1,000 good harvests here. Are you getting the point? And 1,000 good harvests here, and 1,000 good harvests here, and then you will walk yourself from bad harvest to good harvest, and then good harvest, and then good 1,000 harvest, and good 1,000 harvest, and good 1,000 harvest. My friends, I just want to let you know that you've watched this video, you've been here at this proper moment in time to know, to feel, to get in your mind that your season will have no end, and it will happen quickly. I get the news, I get all that stuff, but there is something out here, universe, God, whatever you want, Dios, Allah, doesn't matter, same thing. When it's your time, that time will have no end. It will happen quickly, and it will happen for you. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plan better. You can dominate.